Hey, good morning, guys. It is what is it? July 22nd, and sorry, I'm distracted this week. But the passage is yeah, exactly, First Thessalonians. I wanted to say First Thessalonians. I guess he needs to write a book. 4:3, and it's talking about sanctification here. It's it's interesting. This is one place Paul says to the church, "Hey, this is what I want you to do, this is what I instructed you to do, and you're doing it really well. And I just want to encourage you to keep doing it." And then he kind of expounds on a little bit about what that sanctification looks like. He starts with in chapter 4, "We instructed you how to live in order to please God, as in fact you are living. Now we ask you and urge you in the Lord Jesus to do this more and more." Um, for you know what instructions we gave you by authority of the Lord. And he talks about sexual morality, um, uh, learning to control, learning to control your own body. Chambers takes this and talks about the death of the flesh, and I would say almost the stripping down. One of the things, and it's not a really pleasant thought, but one of the things that we often see depicted in movies when you enter a prison is this stripping down to nothing, and then being reclothed with the uniform of the prison. And I know that's a weird, kind of a weird metaphor, but it's almost what God requires of us for us to be slaves or prisoners of Christ. Um, is to be stripped down of all the trappings and the things of the world, kind of being stripped away, and for Him to reclothe us. And I know it's a weird one because you're talking about like in prison garb, but let me read some of what Chambers says here. He's talking about sanctification and what that means, the struggle of sanctification. And he says, "If any man come to me and hate not his own life, he cannot be my disciple." That hating our own life. I don't know that it translates very well, um, but I think it would be, if we were to kind of put it in today's vernacular, it would be laying down or not caring about my own life to the nth degree. Really saying, okay, I'm not worried about all the things um, in my world. He says, "The Spirit of God in the process of sanctification will strip me until I am nothing but myself. That is the place of death. Am I willing to be myself?" And he puts it in quotes there. "And nothing more, no friends, no father, no brother, no self interest, simply ready for death." Again, it's that kind of pitiful moment when we're brought into the prison and stripped down. And maybe that's not a great metaphor just because it depicts something, um, well, painful. I guess the truth is that is kind of where we are when we strip down all the things, that we have carried, that we've clothed ourselves with sometimes in this world. I guess it is painful. It is painful to kind of strip that away, but what we get in return is what makes it worthwhile. And he says down here a little further, "Am I willing to reduce myself simply to me, determinedly, to strip myself of all my friends, think of what all, sorry, determinedly to strip myself of all my friends think of me, of all I think of myself, and to hand that simple, naked self over to God." And again, yeah, I think actually the picture does work. It's just to say, listen, I don't have much to give, but God says, "I don't require much, just you. That's what I require." And not only does He not require much, and do we not have much to give, what we have to give is exactly opposite. So what we would think we can bring to God, he says, no, 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 no. That's what I need you to strip away. All the things you think you can bring to me as somehow valuable, God says, no, those are the things I need you to strip away. I just want you. That's it. And so instead of us coming with hands bearing gifts, what he says is, I want you to come strip down, just bearing yourself to me. Kind of a heavy one today, so which is appropriate. Feel kind of heavy today. You guys have an awesome day.